But now it is time to move to our very last topic of the evening. A little piece of the magic is coming back. Since March of 2020, nearly 2 years ago, Walt Disney World has seen the closure of the parking lot trams. With large crowds fully returning to the parks and long walks from the cars getting even longer, Disney has finally listened to the outcry of their guests and have announced the return of tram operations. Trams will resume operation only at the Transportation and Ticketing Center at the Magic Kingdom parking lot this month. However, trams are set to return at the remaining 3 parks sometime after the new year. Sean, what are your thoughts on this? Do you feel like trams are an important part to the Disney World experience?
I do. As someone, I do. So I enjoy the tram. It's nice. I will say sometimes it feels like the walk to the entrance of any of the 4 Walt Disney World parks can be almost outrageously long. I understand those massive parking lots are necessary, but the reality is they are parking lots. They're not garages. It is flat plains that can go for miles and miles and miles and Niles, no, but no, it just can go.
You're in denial.
Literally, you're in denial if you don't think the trams are necessary. They are. It's been a rough 2 almost years walking, especially in the summertime when it's 5 million degrees in like Central
You're
Florida.
walking through the dark asphalt.
Yeah, it's
ridiculous.
Just intense, and unfortunately,
it's dangerous.
It is dangerous. A lot of people will first because they always say go 15 miles per hour, not 50.
Yeah.
Let's be real. Everyone goes 60.
Yes,
They don't even do 50. It's I don't know. I feel like it's time. I understand that. In fact, I couldn't even imagine trying to sanitize all of the rows that make up the trams at the Walt Disney World parks. And I believe that was part of it, why it disappeared in the first place.
Well, I don't know. I mean,
because how could you sanitize that many,
but they sanitized Pirates of the Caribbean, and there's, 70-something boats on that ride?
I think with that, though, I don't know, maybe because it stops at a dock and it gives them, I don't know.
But they really only did it once every 2 hours. It wasn't like they did it every
single.
Yeah. So I honestly don't know why they didn't do that. Honestly, I think that the reasoning was probably because of the staff shortages. Part of one of the articles that I was reading was that they were beginning the training process, and the reason why all 4 parks weren't returning right now was because they were having to rehire and retrain all these people for this thing. So I think honestly it was staffing.
Yeah.
I just don't understand why trams so I understand why trams were gone initially. It was because there was such limited capacity that you actually didn't need trams. For the first few months of the parks opening, I remember I parked so close to the front of the Transportation and Ticketing Center that it would have been pointless to have a tram. It would have been faster to just walk instead of board, have to do the spiel, drive around. It would have been faster to just walk. But a few months after opening, when they started increasing capacity, it very quickly got to the point where you were parking way back in the back where you would normally park, and now you're having to walk a mile or whatever that it is. I was just there a few weeks ago, and I parked all the way in the back. It was I don't know where it was. I think it was Peter Pan or something. I forget. But it was all the way back by they have that big mound of dirt. Looks like a mountain.
Yeah, it's like a landfill.
It's like a big I don't know. They have a landfill in their parking lot. It's Disney magic. Here's Trash Mountain. It's the 4th mountain.
That and a lot of all the Nissans.
The 5th mountain.
There's all those brand new cars that are just parked. Have you seen that? I don't know if they're still there, but there was a lot of just brand new Nissan cars that still had the wrapper on them.
Interesting.
It was really they were just freshly delivered from wherever.
That's interesting.
Manufacturing facility they're from.
I don't know. Maybe they were I don't know. That's interesting. But
Yeah.
that's the fifth mountain at the Walt Disney World Magic Kingdom. It's Trash Mountain, and it's in the parking lot. Better than Splash Mountain.
No genie plus required.
Yeah, no Disney Genie plus required. But yeah, no, like, excuse me. But I had to park all the way back there, and it was such a long walk that it took 10, 15 plus minutes just to walk.
Yeah.
And there were parts of it where I like couldn't see around the corner because of that like big mound of dirt or whatever it is. Like I couldn't see around the corner. So I was actually kind of scared that maybe like a car would drive around. Because like you were saying, that people whip around those like through the parking lot. So I was afraid that because they don't do a great job at like especially in the middle of the day. Like I was leaving early, so I was leaving at a time where a lot of other people weren't. So there wasn't a whole lot of parking lot staff, and so they don't do a great job at like shutting down the roads or telling you where to walk or like where is it safe to walk. So, and I was walking where like the cars were like pulling out to like leave. So I was afraid that like what happens if a car just so not only is it ridiculous that you have to walk that far, but it's dangerous because of the heat, and it's dangerous because you're walking through a parking lot where no one knows where they're going, and people, even though they don't know where they're going, still drive 50 miles an hour. It's crazy. So I am shocked that they haven't brought the trams back sooner. I have actually been very critical of Disney because of that. Because it's like, yo, if you're not going to have parking garages, you need trams.
Yeah, you do.
Yeah. Like, Busch Gardens has had their trams, and I don't know if SeaWorld has trams or not. I don't think so. But Busch Gardens has a tram. Yeah. Busch Gardens has had their trams operating since literally they reopened. Mm-hmm. Why can't Disney? I don't know. So I'm glad that they're...
I'm glad they're back.
Yeah. When do you think we will see the return of the trams at the other parks? That's the big question.
Gosh, I'd like to think sometime soon. And one other thought I didn't even get to say, but I can't. No, but you're fine. But what's even like more annoying about anything in Magic Kingdom is the fact that not only are you getting to the transportation and ticket center from your car, from that point you then have to take either the monorail or the boat
or a bus or something,
whatever, what have you, to get into Magic Kingdom. So that journey, it actually was a journey from your car to and
at the end of the night when everyone's at the end of the night when everyone is trying to go and it gets backed up, it literally can take you like an hour and a half to get back to your car. Just to get back to your car.
Yeah. So it was kind of obscene at a certain point.
Yeah.
So I'm happy that if it did have to come back limited as it is, where only one park can have it, I'm happy it is at Magic Kingdom and the Transportation Ticket Center.
It needs it the most there, for sure.
But I don't know. I'd like to think sometime soon after that. I can't imagine they would even bring it back to one park without the planning in place that it would closely follow behind at the remaining parks. That's typically how Disney is. I feel like, but I don't know. Typically, but anything can happen. I will say that, and I've seen that, so anything can happen.
Yeah, I think that they'll follow pretty quickly. The article does say that the official article does say that they're planning sometime after New Year's. That's a little bit of a disappointment that we have to wait that long.
Yeah.
But I do understand they have 4 parks and quite a few trams at each park. Like, it takes a lot of manpower to make that happen. So I understand that there's going to be a big training process and a lot of hiring, a lot of training. It's going to be a big process to get that done. So I totally understand them doing it in stages. I just don't like the fact that it's very open-ended the way that they said sometime after New Year's. So hopefully
we want more commitment, Disney.
Yeah, a little bit more commitment. Yeah. We're gonna work on your communication skills, please. Yeah. But yeah, no, I think that it'll be returning soon. So I'm just glad that they're back. I said it very jokingly in this piece that a little piece of the magic is coming back, but genuinely, like, I know that was tongue in cheek, but like genuinely, I think that the trams are a significant part of the magic. I mean, you pull into Disneyland or Disney World and you park and you get on that tram, like that's like the first thing, like, we are here.
It's your first ride.
It's the first ride of the day, you know, and you hear the greeting of the person on the back of the tram welcoming you, and you hear the Spanish translation to keep your hands in arms, you know, like, and you just know I'm home, you know, like, you just know. And you contrast that to you pull in the parking lot and you're so excited. You're at Walt Disney World, now walk a mile.
Yeah.
Just to be able to walk 10 more miles that day at the park. Like, it, and it's just, it's difficult, you know, like, you walk
it's first
so far.
world, but it's difficult. Yeah.
But if you're paying, like, this was what has really bothered me over the 2 years almost that they haven't had trams. There's been so much, and I talked about this regarding, like, the parades in the last video. Like, there is so much missing,
officially coming back.
Which are officially coming back. So you called that, by the way. You said, like, we need Festival of Fantasies coming back, and then literally the day after we filmed that,
that's when it was announced.
They announced it. Yo, you spoke that into existence.
I try my best.
That was great.
To manifest.
Yeah, so, you know, we're manifesting this.
Yeah.
But, it's like, you know, there's been so much of the magic, so much of the experience been missing, but yet the prices not just changed, it's even gone up.
Yeah.
And so you're paying a premium to be at Disney.
To get less.
Yeah. I think that if you're paying that price, like, there's no excuse to not have trams, especially if you're not building parking garages and all this stuff, you know. So I think it's about time, Disney, that you bring back the trams. I'm actually really excited. I enjoy the trams. I like the trams quite a bit.
It's very breezy.
It's breezy. Yeah. It's easy. I love it. But again, let's just turn that over to you guys. Are you excited that the trams are back? What do you think? Is it long overdue? Did you miss the trams? Are you okay walking the extra 3 miles? Hey, you get your steps in when you walk 24 miles to get to the Magic Kingdom. Are you excited that you don't have to walk 83 miles every time you go to Disney World now? Because I'm excited to not walk 150 miles every time I have to, you know, walk from my car to the parks. It's going to be great.
It's a lot of miles.
It's a lot of miles. I get my step. You don't look this good with trams.
You don't.
So, you know. Are you guys excited? Let me know down below. Let's get the conversation going about those trams, because I am excited to have trams back. Yeah.